Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. Guys, the newest episode of The Flash, Season 2, Episode 8, Legends of Today, just finished airing on TV, and I'm here to review / just talk about the episode. So if you have not seen the newest episode of The Flash, Legends of Today, the part 1 of the crossover between Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, click away now, guys. I'm getting into spoilers for the episode Legends of Today. Are you gone? Are you gone? Okay, let's jump into the episode. Okay, of course, first things first, let's talk about Hawkgirl and Hawkman. I really enjoyed their two characters in this episode. Now, what I really liked, on top of the fact that seeing them actually flying was pretty damn awesome, Hawkman was actually fighting Arrow and Flash, which was really badass, but obviously, at the time when they were fighting in the episode, he didn't realize, oh, they're trying to help her as well, keep her away from Vandal Savage. But just seeing Hawkman defend her, fly down there, start fighting, one-on-one with Arrow, and then freaking Flash shows up, and he's actually holding his own a little bit with the Flash, which is pretty cool. Then, of course, the Flash, of course, Barry throws a freaking lightning bolt at him and knocks him out, and that's how the fight ends. So, Barry Oliver 1, Hawkman 0. But what I really enjoyed about Kendra's part of the whole thing, who eventually becomes Hawkgirl at the end of this episode, she doesn't have the suit yet, but she finally gets her wings, is that she's learning all of this at once. Like, it's insanity. She learns that, oh, I've been around for 4,000 years, and I get reincarnated each time I die. I just come back into another body, and I somehow come back to you, and, and we're going to figure this out, and we die from Vandal Savage each time. We've died over 200 times from Vandal Savage. And then on top of that, she learns about Oliver Queen's the Green Arrow. She learns that Barry's the Flash. She learns that the League of Assassins are real. She learns about, all these crazy things. And then it's like, what is she supposed to do with this information? So it's cool to see that she was reacting to a lot of this information that she learned in this episode quite well, actually. Well, obviously, at one point, she's losing her mind, obviously, but how would you react if you found out all these different things that she found out tonight? It was insanity, but I like the fact that they played it in a kind of realistic way, because it's not like she went, okay, yeah, I agree, everything, yeah, Vandal Savage is immortal, and I've been around 4,000 years. No, she was taking it pretty, like, what? So I like the fact that they played that a little bit realistic, so that's nice on their part there. Next up, let's talk about it, obviously, guys, excuse me there for a second, woo, brain fart. Obviously, Vandal Savage. Oh my god, he shows up at the beginning of this episode, and he freaking goes to town, kills about 5 or 6 dudes, and then just goes on a freaking spree trying to find Kendra in order to kill her, in order to get more powerful. What I like, that they kind of connected Vandal Savage's immortality with Hawkman and Hawkgirl's origin, essentially, where each time Vandal Savage kills Hawkman and Hawkgirl together, maybe it's individually or together, I think it's probably together, he gets stronger and stronger. Essentially, he stays immortal as long as they both die. So he goes hunting for the reincarnations of them each time that he kills the bodies before. He goes and tries to find their souls again in a new body, kill them again in order to stay, immortal, essentially. So I like the fact they connected it that way. That's how it's going to connect to Legends of Tomorrow next year. But I really like that. But Vandal Savage is a badass. He is freaking badass. Kills a bunch of dudes. He holds his own against 5 or 6 people. He's holding his own against Arrow and Flash in that church. That was a fantastic scene. And overall, he's a beast. I don't know how they're going to stop him. They're obviously not going to stop him in the next episode on Arrow Tomorrow, part 2 of the crossover. But definitely something's going to have to happen, because they're going to have to find some way in order to maybe immobilize him, or basically, stop him for a certain amount of time in order to Legends of Tomorrow to kind of pick it up. But who knows what they're going to do. But Vandal Savage in this episode was badass. Okay, number 3 of this episode. Let's talk about it. Arrow and Flash reuniting once again. Seeing them actually individually, just seeing Oliver Queen and Barry Allen together on screen in their suits, without their suits, is just great. I love the fact that they're doing this big, huge event, and I like the fact they're doing it again this year, and it just makes me so happy that these two characters from some of my favorite shows on TV right now just come together, they hang out, they have a little bit of a tiffy, but hey, it all works out because they're buddy-buddy and everything's all great and dandy. I really enjoy the fact that they are doing this and that the crossovers are working, and on top of the fact that seeing Barry and Oliver's working together and working as a team, which is badass, is seeing the two teams kind of intermingle. Arrow team more than the actual Flash team, because there was a whole situation over there with with Caitlyn and Harrison Wells, you know, not going over to the Arrow team and all that kind of stuff because they were doing stuff back at Star Labs, which makes a lot of sense. But I like the fact that Cisco was able to intertwine, and of course Barry intertwined with the Arrow team. It was pretty badass. I'm really excited to see what they do on part 2 with Arrow team coming over to the actual Flash team. Hope we see some interactions between Harrison Wells from Earth 2 with the actual Arrow team. We'll see how that goes down. Hopefully that happens. But it was really cool to see the two teams kind of intertwined there. Number 4, okay. This is pretty insane. So at the end, they give us a big tease. Hopefully they'll be concluding in part 2, which is for a brief second, Barry and Oliver are standing in line to get a coffee, and this kid bumps in between them, drops a Flash action figure. Oliver hands it back to the kid, all jokey, and then he goes up to the woman that actually had his kid. And what he's been told for a long time from his own mother is that she miscarried or whatever, or she didn't have the baby. I think she miscarried, or so she told Oliver she miscarried. And there she was at the coffee place with the kid, and then it hits his head. That's my kid. Oh my god. And then hopefully they really conclude that part, because that's like, they're going to include this in the storyline too. It's like, we're bringing Oliver back, might as well bring up the kid situation, because they've been teasing that for a while. So I'm glad that they're actually picking up on that shit. But overall, this crossover was fantastic. A lot of great moments, a lot of great fighting, a lot of great interaction between the Arrow and Flash crew. It's just awesome to see these crossovers happen. I really wish they would do more of these each year, but then again, it wouldn't feel special if they did them like every couple of weeks or some kind of crossover. Maybe not as big as this, but you know, some sort of thing. But I'm glad that they're doing something big for this. So what do you guys think of Legends of Today, the newest episode of The Flash? Did you like it? Did you love it? Tell me all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching my review for this episode. Peace out.